How's the leg feeling?
Not too bad. Did a light bit of training yesterday, and I'll train again tomorrow and prepare to play.
Can you explain to us what it sort of feels like? It's a bit of an unusual injury.
Yeah, medically I think it's similar to shin splints, but it's just in my lower left leg in the fibula. But medically I can't really reveal too much more, but it's a little bit of a nuisance, but it's fine.
And you pulled up okay, obviously, after the last game, and this extra break, I guess, has given you plenty of chance to get right.
Yeah, it's been handy having an extra week. There was always going to be a little bit of a response from playing, but it pulled up quite well. So yeah, I'm happy.
100% for the weekend?
No one's 100%, but I'll be playing. Yeah.
How did you play against the injury period you've experienced since round 15, mate?
Yeah, a little bit, but that's the nature of the game. You're never going to get through a whole season without a few bumps and bruises along the way. And I guess I had such a sort of fruitful start to the year without much injury concern that there was always this possibility lingering. But I'm still out and playing and able to contribute, so it's not the worst case.
The big what if, I guess, Nat, is if you said it was always a bit of a nuisance in terms of recovery from the last game, you win this week, what about recovering in a shorter time frame for the next game?
Yeah, that's going to pose a bit of a challenge, but luckily we've got medical professionals who have considered all options and have got me in the best hands, and should that happen, and hopefully it does, then we'll be ready to go again.
Is it one plan you've got in place if that happens, or are there multiple plans depending on how things pan out?
Yeah, there could be multiple. Yeah. Not at all, no.
Now, do you feel, obviously, a great start to the year, do you feel as though you may have lost any of that momentum the last sort of 6 weeks with your preparation being interrupted?
Momentum's a sort of strange word in footy. We talk about stacking consistent performance, and I've been able to play a lot of footy earlier in the year, and I've been able to play and contribute in the last few games that I've played as well. So momentum really isn't something that we acknowledge or deal with.
That consistent performance, and I guess there's absolutely no question marks there at all that you will be able to perform come Friday night.
Yeah, I hope so. I've sort of played 100 games now, and I've got enough sort of physical strength and fitness in the body that allows me to miss games from time to time and still be able to perform. And I've got good guys around me preparing me well to play. So I'm sure that if I'm playing, and I will be playing, that I'll be able to perform.
Now, you obviously started really well against the Swans, and then was running out the game an issue, or did you still feel pretty good towards the end?
Yeah, no, I still was able to run out the game as well as I would have expected. Later on in the game, I spent a little bit more time forward to try and help score and change things up a little bit, but no, that was fine.
And last time you guys met the Hawks and from Tassie, they did some things around clearances where they sort of let you guys get first possession and then sort of managed to get the ball away from clearance. Have you guys looked a lot at that, or have you come up with a counter for that? Or
That's some good inside information there. Yeah, we've had a good look at the Launceston game and what went on down there, and we'll have another look at it tomorrow in our opposition review meetings. But clearly they're a powerful midfield with some good tricks up their sleeves, but hopefully we'll be ready to combat that.
How about going forward? Obviously you're so damaging there as well. With the leg, does you want to move forward there and take a bit of time away from the midfield?
If the team needs it, the leg's not going to be an issue.
Ross said that he expects you to be targeted, which I suppose happens all the time, but particularly against Hawthorn, they're bigger bodies. Do you prepare for that? Is there a way of sort of being extra vigilant that they're coming for you?
Not really, no. Once you start playing consistently in the midfield and getting plenty of ball, opposition teams target you. It's the nature of it. Stephen Hill's been targeted for a lot of years, and we have opposition targets as well, so just prepare as normal.
And what about if Sam Mitchell comes towards you? You'll be sort of protecting yourself a bit, you think?
Nothing extra, no.
With the All-Australian team and then obviously Brownlow medal next week, what do you put in place to ensure that you don't get distracted by those personal issues?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, the footy clubs are great at insulating everyone from what's going on outside. It's an exciting time for our footy club and individually, but you just have to focus on performance and preparation, and that's all I can do at the moment. And the game Friday night is forefront of the mind.
Does that go for All Australian tonight? I presume you'll be selected, so it's an extra thing. MVP the other night. There's always it seems like to be a few things to adjust to. Brownlow next week.
Yeah, it's a busy time of year. So yeah, again, just focus on performance.
Can I ask you one from left field too? Sorry, Fyfe. This is for Melbourne. there's a bunch of primary school kids, and if you could play along a little bit, who, if you don't mind, mate,
The Barrisher.
for them over there, they did this mathematical formula during the year, and they worked out, Victorian kids, that the Dockers would win the flag, and you're obviously their favourite player, but they think they've tipped Fremantle to win the flag. Does that give you any confidence? Is there anything you can say about that that'll make the kids feel extra special over there?
I hope that their mathematics is accurate and all adds up, but I can't really comment too much further than that. Hopefully they know what they're on about though.
They're just little kids who've decided that it's a hard one. I'm just looking for something to put in there. The Melbourne's interviewed them, they've looked at their formula, and they looked at the ages of your squad.
Right.
And I presume that's probably what everybody did. You and the Hawks were the two teams that came out on top, and that must fill you with confidence as well. Sorry, mate. I'll use the first one.
I don't know if I can get confidence out of the kids tipping us to win, but we'll take anything we can at this point.
Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot.
You mentioned after the MVP, you're really proud of being able to stack 2 good years on top of each other. Have you been able to, I suppose you're in the midst of still trying to win a flag, but from a personal perspective, how would you assess the year you've had to date compared to last year?
Yeah, I think objectively it's been a pretty good year, and it'll be nice to look back in a couple of weeks and hopefully be really happy with how the year's panned out. But whilst you're sort of in amongst a year, it's almost impossible to be content or happy or satisfied with how you're going when there's still so much more to achieve.
On the Ryan issue, obviously it's bubbling away under the earth as the midfield combination has changed a little bit by virtue of the fact that he hasn't been playing, he hasn't really had a tagger since round 1. Does that come into consideration this week in terms of his selection about the style of footy that the midfield's been able to play this year compared to previous years when he's been around?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a discussion that the match committee will be having. Unfortunately, I don't have to weigh into it at all.
Would you like to have him out there alongside him?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan's proven that he's a big game player, so if he's chosen, I'm sure he'll do the job. But again, not my decision.
That's just one a little also like Barra's little from left field, but maybe not as far.
What is this?
Obviously a lot of fanfare and, everyone getting caught in the moment, but I understand there's a Dockers truck out there as well or something with...
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, do you have anything to do with that at all?
A little bit. My family's in transport. But we're Kenworth truck operators, and I think it's a Max. So, but yeah, anything that's purple at the moment I'm all for it.
So how did that come about? Did they contact you at all or anything like that?
No, I haven't had anything to do with it.
Yeah, but obviously nice to see any support, as you said.
Any supports is welcome.
Luke, follow up here briefly on the track tonight. How's he going from your perspective?
From my perspective, Luke's got some hurdles to jump through, and has got the medical professionals around him which will help him get there, and he's doing everything he can to get himself right to play at some point.